What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Record, where I react to personal finances subreddit and give it my take. This is, of course, not financial advice, but I have built a multi six figure net worth by the age of 25. And today we're going to be doing a deep dive into how much you should keep in your savings account, in your checkings account, if you should contribute to your 401k or pay off your student loans, and if this person should use their HSA money. So let's dive into it. So here we have first person for today. How much is recommended to have sitting in a checking account? Basically what the title says, I have almost 20K just sitting in my checking account for spending and emergencies. And I know I should probably invest some more of that. Is there a good rule of thumb of how much money I should keep there and how much should I invest? For context, I have no debt, possibly getting a new car soon. I'm 24 and make roughly 96K. Dude, you're killing it. You're 24 and you're making 96K. That's awesome. You got 20K just kind of sitting there in checking account. The problem here with the checking account is that you're not earning any interest in that money. 20K is just kind of dead for you. It's actually losing you money. You just saw CPI come in at 3.8%. So inflation's rising at 3.8%. So every year it goes by, that 20K is worth less. I think a good rule of thumb here would be for you to have like 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high yield savings account, and that's earning you like 3 to 4% interest. And maybe that 20K can be a good start there. Maybe you only have to put 10 to 15K since you have no debts. You're a young dude, you don't have a car. So I'm sure your overhead is pretty low. So I think that's a good start. And then the remaining like 5 to 8K, honestly, you could put it into a Roth IRA. And then there we go. You max out your Roth, dude, you're good to go. And even if you have leftover money, just put it into a brokerage account. I honestly keep like $500 in my checkings account, which is pretty low, but honestly, I barely need cash at all. Like if I need to buy something, I just use my credit card. If I have to transfer money, I can withdraw money from my Robinhood account. And yeah, sure, that takes a couple of days, but I usually don't need to transfer more than like $200. And that's like a quick Venmo to someone. So that's how much cash I keep in my account, only $500. But then I also have access to more cash with my brokerage. So if you don't have any cash invested right now, make sure you keep some of it liquid into a high yield savings account and use that as an emergency fund. And then the rest, if you don't have any investments, go open a Roth IRA and put that money in there, and you can almost max it out depending how much you need for your emergency fund. It's not financial advice. It's just what I would do. Person number two, thinking of increasing 401k contributions in 25% instead of aggressively paying down student loans. Hi everyone, first time poster here. I'm essentially looking to switch from Dave Ramsey-ish to money guys. Smart move, question mark? I have 22K in student loans remaining, ranging from 3.4 to 5%, but I'm at grad school, paid for by my parents, incredibly grateful. So they're deferred until November of 2028. Some are subsidized, some are accruing 0% interest, currently contributing 12% to my 401k with a 3% employer contribution for a total of 15%. I just feel like I'm leaving money on the table with the compound interest I could be gaining from increased investments. Altering my strategy would be a huge move, and I want to make sure I'm making a sound decision. I would still be able to make loan payments if I increase my savings to 22%, 25% plus a 3% employee contribution. Do I change my strategy or stay the course? Dude, honestly, you're kind of in a good situation here. Having a 3.4 to 5% interest, and that's deferred until 2028. That money that you're putting into 401k now is going to pay you so much more money down the road. So I think it's kind of a no-brainer here. I think you should increase your 401k contributions. This is not financial advice, of course. It's what I would do. You're essentially kind of borrowing money at 3.5% to 4%, like you mentioned, but you're getting like 10% of your money. So if you look at that delta, and the opportunity cost of investing that money now is massive. And there's honestly like not much urgency here because all of this stuff is deferred until 2028. Like you have time to start planning for your student loan payments. And you don't even have much in student loan payments either way. But I agree with you. I think you should be more aggressive with your investments. Maybe that's your 401k, or maybe you invest in a taxable brokerage. If you don't have a Roth IRA, you could do that as well. But I totally agree. 3.5 to 5% is super conservative. And that's my whole point with Dave Ramsey. He's like, you got to exterminate all debt. But this is honestly like good debt right here. At 3.5 points, like you're keeping up with inflation. That's basically free money. Think about it. And why would you pay off a loan that's free and you only have to start paying in 2028? That's the whole thing with Dave Ramsey. He's like so against debt. But in my opinion, 25% contributions is pretty aggressive, and it's honestly great because you're probably a young person who just got out of grad school, and this is going to set you up ahead so much. The only thing here is like, you got to understand, like, once 2028 comes around, like, you're going to have to start paying these loans. So keep that in mind. Like, you shouldn't have an urgency to pay them all off right now, and just make the minimum payments and let them be because your rate's so low. But just understand that, coming in a couple of years, you're going to have to budget for that every month. So this is just what I would do here in your scenario. You're actually killing it, and you got a great deal here on your loans. I know it can be a big amount, like 22K or whatever it is. Like, it's a good bit of money, but dude, at 3.5 to 5%, and you bring in grad school, you're going to be making a lot of money. Like, you're fine. I would keep that loan deferred until 2028. And when that starts rolling around, start making those payments. And as of now, be aggressive with your 401k. And that's going to give you a lot more money in the long run, and let that money compound from an early age. This is what I got for you. Hopefully this is helpful. If you're still watching this, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you're enjoying the video. Let me know in the comments your feedback on these reaction videos. It's kind of a newer format here on the channel. But don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel, and leave a like so the video gets pushed out. Question number 3 for today. Should you use your HSA money? Sounds kind of like a dumb question, since the whole point of the HSA is to use it for health expenses. However, it has so many advantages, I don't really know if I should use it. It's basically another Roth IRA. I'm just starting my HSA, so currently I have nothing in it, but I'm maxing it. Maxing my Roth IRA, maxing my 401k match. I don't expect to have to use the HSA since I have savings and stuff, but I don't know if I should use it for the regular health expenses like new glasses, annual physical, eye exam, etc., or just invest it and let it grow and then try not to touch it unless I need to. Great question. Honestly, you're killing it. Like, you're maxing out your 401k, you're getting your 401k match, you're maxing out your Roth. And I used to do physicals for swimming every year. We had to do them, and I did not miss them. Hopefully you're not doing physicals as an adult. This is not medical advice or whatever advice, but it's just, they used to suck. But to your point, yes, the HSA is probably one of the best accounts. Because think about it, it's like a Roth IRA, like you mentioned, and there's actually a lot of caps. You get an employee contribution as well, a lot of cases, and it's a triple tax advantaged. So the money that you earn and that goes to your HSA is all pre-tax. The earnings that you have within the account are also tax-free, and the withdrawals after 65 are also tax-free. And between that time, you can use that money for medical expenses, like the person was talking about. But with so many of the advantages that you get from the HSA, it's honestly so worth it to just keep it in there and let it compound. And again, this is not financial advice, but I would not touch that much. This is basically like another third retirement account. Like you mentioned, the Roth, the 401k, the HSA is just another one. It's just shaped as a health savings account. And I know it can confuse a lot of people, but if you use it correctly, you can let the thing compound and let it eat for multiple years. Like you mentioned, you have good savings. You're probably making good money because you're maxing out your 401k. Like, just use those savings, whatever amount of money you have, to pay for those medical expenses, because that money today is worth a lot less, especially because in HSA, you have pre-tax money, free money whenever you withdraw after the age of 65. And all those gains are also free. So all of these advantages you're giving up by spending it. So just let it compound. What you can do here is just save a bunch of those receipts and reimburse yourself a couple of years later. And, that's a lot of work. And I honestly don't even do that because, who cares about like a $60 doctor visit back in 2023? Like, that's not really going to move the needle much. But like you mentioned, I would just not spend the money, and I would do exactly what you're doing and use your savings for new glasses or a physical exam, whatever it is. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hopefully this was helpful. So again, not financial advice. This is just what I would do if I was in their cases. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys soon.